Hello everybody and welcome back to Project Storm. I'm Storm, and today we have the new block, the power coupler. As you can probably see here, I've already made a sort of lightsaber, but I'm going to be going over all you need to know and also the weapons and tech that I've discovered as of now so that I can get your guys' gears turning and get you on your way to making your own amazing creations. But first, we do have to go over the power coupler and how it works, so let's do that. First, the settings. Now the power coupler, or coupling, I guess as it's called, has two real, well, it actually has only one true setting, which is stiffness. The others are just, well, cosmetic. You can choose beam opacity, so you can make it completely, invisible, or you can hide these two parts, part 1 and part 2, which makes the ends invisible, as you can see here. Stiffness does not matter so much when you're just dealing with regular stuff. It's only if you want a little bit of bounce to your pod racer if you were making one, or like adding suspension. But it also does serve another purpose. I do want to go over the basic properties of the power coupling. So it is a bright beam that is 4 by 1 by 1, and it has 2 connection points, 1 on each side, and it is actually elastic, as you can see here. It bends quite a bit, actually. And this is at 100 elasticity, but also, or a 100 stiffness. But also, this thing, as you can see, is pretty strong if you try and snap something with it. It is indestructible to gunfire, as I have seen. Kinetic damage, not so much. It does take it much better, though. I'm not doing a great job at showing that, as you can see here. It is very strong. It's very strong. Its connection points are extremely strong. You could use them almost as tripwires. You can use them to do that to entire creations. That thing is almost, I think it's above 500 kilograms. And that was only one servo. It's elastic, but it's not too elastic. I just wanted to show you this so you can get a feel for how bendy it is and how it can be used. Well, at least in a traditional sense. Now I'm gonna get to the fun stuff. So, as I was going through this, I was looking at a lot of different interactions, and the first one was, well, how far can it be stretched, right? And I decided to find out, and through this, I found a very interesting thing that happens. I'm gonna slow all that down, because right now I have them at 100 speed, thinking it would do something faster, but no. Okay, we're gonna start closing the pistons here, and look at this. Once you close them far enough, it becomes volatile. And then a little bit more, and then it gets more and more volatile until finally, it doesn't snap. It actually hits either the ground or you, and blows up. So, as I was seeing this, of course, my name is Storm, so of course I had to build something lightning related. Because this looks like it's lightning strikes. Look at this. This is like perfectly on brand for me. And it's bright blue. Also, yes, you can change the color of the power coupling. And yeah, you can change the color. It looks beautiful in any color. The devs did an amazing job creating this. And now, I'll go through the weapons that I have found. The first one that I really tried to do was this. I tried to make a bomb out of them. Because of course. Now, this one is automatic. It will fire off soon-ish. And it does that. Yeah, so basically, what goes on with these power couplings is that if they are introduced to extreme force in some way, they will glitch out. They will really flip out. It could be expanding or compressing, but really, it only has to be 1 or 2 of these things glitching out, and then the rest will. What I have right here is these 2 power couplings attached right here, and then I have these pistons to pull the other ends of them slowly so that they can start glitching out and won't explode too fast. To see that again, you can see it like this, and then I will go in the air to show my next one off. Well, that one's not very good. So, to get in the air, I'm going to show you my second iteration, which was actually this. Right here. There we go. It hovers there for a little bit, and then it activates, and boom. That thing actually does deal some pretty good damage, if I remember correctly. Let me see. It has to be a pretty direct drop. It's not like a nuke. It's almost more like a conventional bomb. That's gonna overshoot. But hey, it'll be cool either way. And once that whole thing initiates, if you're in the air in that thing, you can be hit pretty easily. There's also something else I want to go over. When these power couplings are moving extremely fast, I want to tell you that the beam does not do any damage. What does damage are the ends. The ends are pretty strong. I have not tested the UND yet of these, and I'll have some other people test that. They're probably going to do it on their own. But the ends are pretty strong in terms of kinetic force. Of course, since they're moving so fast, they'll get one shot. But the beam is actually really strong against kinetic force. I think it may be even indestructible. And then, if you shoot it, the beam is indestructible. But if you shoot the ends, the ends are not indestructible. So now, we'll go over my two favorite ones. We'll go over the RC first, and of course, that means rail cannon, not RC, you know, remote control. Okay, the first version here is very basic, you know, very ugly, and I was trying to test just how fast these power couplings would go when fired. They weigh 0.6 kilograms, I believe. Yes, I'm correct. And I was thinking, well, 1.2 kilograms, that should be enough for these to go slow enough to actually have hit registration. But as you see here, I have to put it into maglev, and then I fire, and they go really far. Now let me get a little bit closer to this tank to see if I can even hit it, which I'm not sure I can because of how fast the bolts are going. Yeah, it just goes straight through. I will say, when this thing is firing at you, this iteration especially, and it actually hits, it will disintegrate anything that comes in its path. I think this will do better. Huh. Wow. That's actually not a lot. Oh yeah, by the way, this little tank was actually featured in my armor video, and this has the most advanced armor I could stuff in a tank. And as you see here, this thing just bypassed all of that. So to all of my magnet railgun users out there, if you want to use these for ammo, it's not a bad idea. You can easily put a mag on top and feed these in. And I'm going to try and get a few more hits. And by the way, these move exceptionally fast. I would say these are going at around 1,000 miles per hour. For kilometers per hour, I believe that's something like 1,400 to 1,600. And it's instantaneous. But, of course, that's barely doing any damage to our tank here, because it's going too fast. Yo, what's up? I probably should have made it known that I'm doing a video right now. Oh. Another tip when you're using very fast projectiles, the farther a target is, the more likely you are to register a shot. Like so. Or not. Like so. Oh wow, that was a good shot. Oh wow, it took out the entire bottom. Wow. So yeah, that's one of the magnet railguns that you can use. Just the basic, you know, easy peasy, 2 power couplers, and that's it, right? But then there's another one. I like to call this one the lurker. Oh no, well, you're gonna see why very soon. Okay, another nice hit. And that is actually due to this. I'm gonna quickly transition this thing to a lurker. Now all you have to do is place a pipe piece at both ends, and then you're done. That's it. And watch this. And now the shot should linger like that. And if it comes into contact with anything, it's immediately destroyed. A lot shorter range, as I'm sure you can see, but it packs a lot more of a punch. If you get that perfect range, it will start ripping into whatever you shot at. Let me see if I can get that again. Let me see if I can get it at the perfect range. Ooh. Ooh. It's getting close. It wants to. Come on. Come on. Ooh. One of the lurkers just collided into that tank. That's what we love to see. Oh, that one went right over. Now, I will say, these bolts do kind of have a mind of their own, hence why I called them lurkers. Dang! That was from one lurking bolt. Just slammed down into the tank. Pretty good range, about 2 tiles in test zone. You're pretty much going to be fighting in that range on the ground all the time. I don't know exactly how well it will do with the recoil. I'm actually going to test that real quick. Another lurker got it. The lurkers do stay within range pretty easily. Okay, let's see the recoil. It's not that bad. Actually, it's really good. That's really good recoil for a magnet railgun. And not many magnets to propel this bolt that fast. So if you want to use this as your new ammo, because honestly, this can take out almost anything. This can take out tanks. It can take out hovercraft, cars, motorcycles. It can take out almost anything. Light armor, heavy armor. It works best on heavy armor though. Of course. You would want to take maybe 3 to 4 of these on an easy to, you know, dispatch semi-auto clip or something like that. And I will demonstrate how to do that right now, actually. All you do, it's very easy. What you do is take these off, and then you do something like this. You do something like that, and then copy these like 4 times. And then on these, you make this one. This is the very simple version. I know you can do this with all one button with logic. And boom. Look at that. Now you have a working mag. And now you can send out up to 4 lurkers. Or if you're feeling feisty, you can send out all of them at a time. And that's pretty interesting. Oh, wow. Okay, the recoil is a little bit heavier, but it is really cool. You also do have to have relatively good aim. But yeah, that's the lurker. Now, you guys can mess around with all those bolts and all the magnet railgun peeps out there. You guys can mess around with that all you want. Now, we get to my favorite part. Actually, back to this thing. One of my friends, Crowned, did actually want me to make it into a Tesla tower, and this is as far as I got. It just destroys itself. I'm sorry, Crowned. I will continue this, and I will figure out a way to make it work. But now, the last thing, my favorite thing, the one thing I really wanted to make out of these creations, or these power couplers, is the Ark Thrower. Now, this thing shreds, and I mean it, like, I mean it. This thing has insane shredding capability, very, very terrible range. But I would say use this thing as a melee weapon. Don't use it as a shotgun. It may be tempting, but that's okay. That's why. It will destroy itself so many times. But once you get that good launch, it's like shooting arcs of electric. Okay, for some reason that didn't do anything. There we go. It's like shooting arcs of electricity at people. I personally love that. And honestly, with this, I'm gonna go over the tutorials on how to make some of this volatility, like very soon. But this right now can be better. So I'm actually gonna fix this real quick. I'll be back. And I fixed it. A lot less range, but it's at least a little bit more sustainable. So let's try it out. Okay, it's not hitting yet. This is what I mean by use it as a melee weapon. Because this thing has terrible range. And I truly do invite anyone to figure this out better than me, because right now I've been struggling for 2 days. Once that patch goes live, can't wait for you guys to see it. Oh, nice little hit. Oh, nice little hit. Nice. Now, this is what I wanted to show you guys actually. All the damage that just happened is completely internal. This thing is very survivable though, so it might not seem like it. But if I just break open a little hole here. That's probably the best thing about power couplers right now, is that all of the power coupler weapons bypass any sort of armor that you have. They will absolutely destroy whatever's inside, but anything outside, it'll look like you barely did any damage at all. There we go. Alright, now we look in here. All of this, there used to be engines over here, and there used to be more armor right here. And if I actually go for the seat, go close to the seat, I might be able to get it. This is way too close range. Oh, maybe not. Sometimes it has those arcs that just fly out for no reason. And also, if you do use this in like survival play, if someone gets hit by this thing, you will kill them. Like, you will. They will go flying. They will pretty much disintegrate. It's really funny, honestly. And that's gone. Okay. Oh, yep. There we go. Once you get that arc in, pretty much nothing else you can do. It's over. The whole thing is down, and it just breaks, see? But it does rip everything a new one. And that's what I love about it. I am still messing with this thing. It is a work in progress. I used to have a very powerful version, but I lost it because I forgot to save. Wow, boo-hoo, I know. And if you put enough of those power couplers on that thing, it might be better. Okay, now to go over a tutorial of how to make these little reactions. So first, you never want to use one power coupler. You can, it's a lot harder to get that reaction though. What I usually do is I use hinges, but hinges have not been the most easy way to do it. They're usually pretty weird. These power couplers, as I said, are extremely strong, and sometimes they just won't want to move. So you have to get a little creative with your placement. Ah, I see the problem. Okay, 30 degrees is apparently not enough. My bad. We'll try 50. Watch this. Okay, now it's volatile. Look at that. Actually, not a bad arc. If I were to use this on that tank, it would actually do pretty good. So, all you have to do is just extend it, expand it. You can also contract it or compact it, and that is like this. It makes a lot more of a narrow beam. 1 second, I have to... You know what? We're just gonna... Yeah, 90. You have to contract it a lot, but it is a lot more devastating. Like, look. On this one, you can see it. Suspension has an interesting thing that's gone on with it. It can now expand. Well, it always could, but now it has its animation, which is really weird. And bam, okay. Now, look at this. Now it actually expands. It actually expands, and it actually contracts. Anyways, in its expanded and contracted form, the side of the suspension is indestructible to kinetic damage. But if it gets clipped on the top or on the bottom, or if it bends at all, it will break. So, that's why I have the coil bed on my other one. But this is an easy way to make volatility. And the one that I use for bombs, or am going to use more for bombs, is piston contraction. This one's easy. All you gotta do is do something like that, and then put some power couplers, right? Because you need those for almost everything. Place these, place that, and then It's a seat. Easy, basic. And all you have to do is contract the pistons, and bam. You go flying. If I do it in the air, I might be able to go supersonic. Yep, there we go. It's absolutely dumb, but it works. So, as everyone can see right now, yes, it does have potential for an engine. And no, I am not gonna torture myself and try and figure it out. That's for Nano to figure out. But anyways, if you did enjoy, please remember to hit that like and sub button. It really motivates me to keep on going. Also, hit that bell. I've noticed that not a lot of people are getting my notifications for my channel, so if the algorithm is putting me down, you know, please hit that bell and get notified for my next video. And remember, we're all great people, we're all cool people. Make sure to spread light, love, and never hate, and be the best people you can be. Remember, we're all trail makers, so keep on creating. Peace.